pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from
So moved.
all in favor? Right.
I did not, skipped right over it.
Well, let's approve the minutes.
And
All in favor of the minutes? Adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
All in favor? And are there any public comments on anything not related to today's agenda? Did anyone sign up, Kim? No. Okay.
Nothing else up.
Thank you. All right, under new business, we have a consideration of a resolution authorizing the execution of a standardized stormwater agreement for the Cedar Woods subdivision. And Mr. Nettinger is going to come and give us that presentation. Good morning.
Good morning. Jeff Netzinger, Director of Engineering and Projects. So Cedar Woods came to us after Hurricane Debbie and was really struggling with the drainage issues they were having there, kind of a low-lying area, an older neighborhood. And they asked us if I let them know that their community, as it was, would qualify for a drainage agreement. So they were made aware of that, and then made a formal recommendation. And so that was brought to us, and we have determined that it would qualify per the terms and conditions of all the previous agreements we've issued. 26 agreements to date. This would be the 27th.
Thank you. Are there any questions? And
This is all the same as our prior agreements, and similar to, we've already taken over certain areas nearby.
Yes, it would only be to take over the drainage areas that would drain the public rights, the rights of way within the community, the platted rights of way within the community.
Is there a motion for consideration of the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
And,
Are there any public, did you have any questions?
no,
Are there any public comments or questions on this agenda item?
then,
All in favor? Raise your right hand. Okay, you got that approved.
I think I'll just stay right here.
Sure. Consideration of a resolution authorizing the acceptance of roadways in the Cedar Woods subdivision known as Song Sparrow Lane, Phoebe Lane, and Goldfinch Lane. And again, Mr. Messenger, our Director of Engineering and Public Projects.
So again, Cedar Woods also they were a private POA, 28 homes, maybe it's 38 homes, I'm sorry. But they have three private roads to maintain. They are a small community immediately adjacent to community Point Comfort Woods that had their private system accepted by the town in 2001. They are struggling with maintaining their system. They are having drainage issues and road maintenance issues. And they have officially asked the town to adopt the roads and bring them into the public system as town-owned roads. They have worked with the town attorney to make sure that they have drafted a deed to make this transfer possible. And this all began with a letter that the town received in July of 2025, formally requesting acceptance of the roads.
Is there a major outfall on this Cedar Woods?
There is some of the drainage that comes from Point Comfort Road that flows through Point Comfort Woods and then through Cedar Woods to the marsh outfall, but there's no major system that goes through there.
So there's no upgrades to the outfall system?
There are no upgrades to the outfall system necessary at this point, to our understanding. But of course, we will continue to learn more. They do have a deficiency with a couple of the roadside ditches and driveway pipes that are of concern.
Great,
Steve?
It is a common practice in many municipalities when requested to take over roadways to require that the roadways be in good shape. Have we done any examination of the condition of these roadways?
We did assess the roads when this first came about. We went out and took a look, and the general assessment is that they're about average. They're not in especially bad shape, but they're not pristine. They're old roads. So, yeah, I mean, typically in other communities, if a subdivision was to try and get a deal to have the roads accepted by the public entity, there would be a warranty period shortly after construction. That's not the case here. The roads have not been brought up to snuff, so to speak.
They have the ability to make any type of improvements or contribute financially to improvements to the roadway conditions?
They have not offered that.
Have you assessed the monetary value on the stormwater system upgrade?
So we did a lot of internal work to try and determine what the average annual cost for a section of roadway would be to the town. Currently, the town has 16 lane miles of road. This would increase that to 16 and a half when you combine the 3 new roads to that.
Referring to the stormwater more than the roadway.
Well, the stormwater system is part of the calculation. So it's because the whole intent here is to have the stormwater system that drains the roads also part of that system. So it's about $25,000 a year on average over the, in the long term. That would include potholes, occasional resurfacing of the roadway, maintaining the drainage system, and fixing failing infrastructure when it failed.
It's needed.
Okay.
And we skipped ahead without getting a motion first, so if someone can make a motion on this.
Resolution, we can move on.
Moved.
Okay.
And I also would like to hear, we have 3 other council members in the room. I see Councilwoman Tunner is coming up to speak, but also Councilwoman Bryson and Councilman Brown are in the room as well. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning. So I'm just piggybacking off of Councilman Alfred's question regarding if there was any opportunity for the community to contribute. And it just makes me wonder, most HOAs have dues, and I'm wondering if they have been saving up any money to take care of their roads. So I have that as a question. And then I have a process-related question. So a community has come to us and said, please take over our roads. Do we have a policy on this? And if so, I believe we should, because although this one community has come to us asking this request, what if many communities come and ask? I think we should have a policy on that, so that we can understand what it is that we want to occur before that happens and what our decision-making process is. Thank you.
Thank you, Melinda. Sean, did you want to answer the question with regard to a policy on, or is this something, or Curtis, or is something we can circle back with additional information?
I am unaware, unaware of any fixed policy council has on this. Most recently, the town accepted the Main Street rights-of-way and those connected to it. That property owners association did have some funds that it had collected over a period that were turned over to the town in connection with the upgrades and maintenance to Main Street. That's the only recent one that we've done, and it was, negotiated with the Main Street Property Owners Association based on what they had. And I think, I mean, this one, as Mr. Netzinger said, came up earlier this year, and there has not been any particular, I mean, there wasn't any offer of any funding, or no one revealed the existence of any. So again, there hadn't been a fixed policy. It's been a kind of ad hoc thing when people come to the town to ask this.
Thank
I
you.
was about to mention, Mr. Coltrane, of the same situation when the town took over Main Street. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understood what you said earlier, Mr. Nefsinger, about the financial situation of this HOA. Do they have any funds?
They do, they are an organized POA, and they do have annual dues, so.
I'm not comfortable with approving this without examining the financial situation, because I think it sets a bad precedent. I would prefer that we take a look at what the financial situation is and what the possibilities for their making a contribution to the town may be.
Yeah, I would have thought they'd had a representative here today, but. What's her name?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember. She's been in touch, though. This is something that we discussed previously, correct? This was an agenda item in executive session, as I recall. Am I confusing that with something else, or was this previously discussed?
No, Ms. Becker, this was, excuse me, previously discussed.
It was, yes.
What was the staff's recommendations for it being in a critical area for stormwater?
So the drainage agreement that you've just approved would cover all but the driveway pipes along the road in the community. So all of the through water and the water that drains the right of way to the marsh would be covered under that drainage agreement.
Yeah, I don't see any issue with it. But if you wanna get an accounting, I'm fine with table until the next meeting. You just get an accounting from the board, HOA.
I would prefer that some exploration of their financial ability to make a contribution be explored before we approve this.
So you mentioned.
Oh, yeah, so let me change, can I amend the motion that I have on the table then? Why don't we, a motion to table this item for Cedar Woods until our next meeting and ask, excuse me? I said, I want to amend the motion to table this item until our next meeting and ask that the HOA president or the representative bring that information in or provide that information prior to us meeting next time.
So is there a second for that amendment?
Well, who could second?
You, that's who could. And yes, Mr. Coltrane.
I mean, for what it's worth, and actually Mr. Williams is here, when the town received title to the Point Comfort Woods roadways in the early 2000s, I don't recall that there was any requirement for any financial contribution at that time.
So,
Right.
so for clarity, you're asking what their capacity to
To contribute.
contribute on a one-time basis, I'm assuming?
Yes.
That's what we want the clarity on. And then have their represented.
Yeah,
Here.
I think it would be proper when we take over these properties that we at least assess their, I don't know what I'm looking for, but you know what I'm looking for. Assess their
Financial.
ability to join in the transfer financially.
Okay, so anyone else have anything they want to contribute? Melinda or Patsy, Alex? Okay, Kim, when is our next meeting? November 17th. Okay, so we are going to, what would, until November 17th. You want to add that, so we have a date certain?
Yeah. For next meeting, yes.
November 17th.
You
Okay,
know, and just, I guess it's just kind of tying up, putting it all together because, you know, they could very well come back and say, we have none. So, then we have to make the decision again, so.
We also need to have a policy established in this regard. This won't be the last request for taking over private roadways.
as I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when we discussed this previously, I don't recall any of these questions having come up, or else we would have had the information for today. So having the questions now is fine. We will vote on the motion to table it until November 17th. And all in favor? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone could come back and say, well, hey. Which they've probably done, or they wouldn't be asking us to take.
All right, so we have discussion regarding the Holiday Homes Neighborhood Character Overlay District Amendment Request, and Sean Leninger is our Deputy Town Manager, and he's here to make that presentation. And I just received a message from the community that they were somehow not aware that today was the discussion, but they'll try to send a representative over at some point, but they'll watch as well.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Sean Leininger, Deputy Town Manager. Just as a point of process, recognizing that representatives from the neighborhood aren't here today, and this is a request from the neighborhood, I'm happy to go through the presentation and share with you what the request is, but recognizing not there, would your preference be for me to do that or to table this to the next meeting?
I think in their interest, they probably would like to be here. So I'm not sure. I saw an email, so I'm not really sure how the miscommunication happened. But in any case, if that's okay with the committee, I would suggest and recommend that we move this to the November 17th date as well. Are you okay with that?
Fine.
Do we need to make a motion for that, Curtis?
Yes.
Okay, can someone make that motion, please?
Yes, I move that we table this item 6C regarding Holiday Homes Neighborhood Character Overlay District until our next meeting on November the 17th.
Awesome.
All in favor?
Thank you.
All right. Well, then we have a need for an executive session to discuss, for a discussion of appointments to boards, commissions, and committees pursuant to South Carolina Freedom of Information Act, Section 3470A1, and it's related to Beaufort County Airport Board, Beaufort Jasper Housing Trust, Board of Zoning Appeals, and the Housing Action Committee. Do I have a motion to go into an executive session? All in favor? Thank you. executive session.
Second.
And we took no action during executive session, and all in agreement? Vote raise
No
your right
action.
hand.
Adjournment.
Okay, we're adjourning. Thank you so much.
All right, Steve.
Did you want to?